What if you could visit medieval Europe for just one day? One moment you're here, the next, the air smells different. Wood smoke, fresh bread, something wild and green you can't quite name. The sky above you is impossibly wide and blue, and the world around you is nothing like anything you've ever seen. You've just landed in medieval Europe, and you have exactly one day to live it. You find yourself on the outskirts of a small stone village, cobblestone paths winding between thatched roof cottages, chickens wandering freely, children chasing each other through narrow alleys. A woman at a market stall hands you a warm loaf of bread without asking for anything in return, just a smile. You take a bite, and it might be the best thing you've ever tasted. Simple, warm, real in a way food rarely feels anymore. The village is alive in a way that surprises you. Blacksmiths hammering, traders haggling, musicians playing in the square. Nobody has anywhere to be except exactly here. You realize you haven't checked your phone once. You don't even remember what it feels like to want to. Following the road out of the village leads you into a larger market town, bustling with traders from what feels like every corner of the world. Silk from the east, spices you can smell from 20 feet away, jewels laid out on velvet cloth catching the afternoon light. You wander through it all slowly, touching fabrics you've never felt before, listening to languages you don't understand but somehow feel the meaning of anyway. A merchant notices you and places a delicate gold hairpiece in your hands. Intricate, beautiful, clearly worth more than anything in your modern life. He gestures for you to keep it. You don't know why, but you do. By midday, the castle on the hill is impossible to ignore. Its towers catch the sun, its flags snap in the wind, and the drawbridge, an actual drawbridge, is lowering right as you arrive. A procession moves through the gates, horses draped in coloured cloth, knights in polished armour, ladies in gowns so elaborate they seem to move like living paintings. And then, one of them notices you standing there, mouth open, completely still. She smiles and gestures for you to follow. You don't hesitate for even a second. Inside is nothing like you imagined and everything like you hoped. Stone corridors hung with tapestries taller than houses, fireplaces you could stand inside, the distant sound of a lute echoing off walls that have stood for centuries. A lady-in-waiting finds you a gown, deep burgundy velvet, gold embroidered edges, and before you fully understand what's happening, you're dressed like you belong here. Because somehow, for today, you do. The Great Hall at dinner is the most spectacular thing you've ever stood inside. Long tables stretching further than you can see, candles everywhere, the smell of roasted everything, musicians in the gallery above playing something that fills every corner of the room. You're seated at a table with people who laugh loudly, eat generously, and ask you nothing about where you came from, only what you think of the wine, which is terrible, and the music, which is extraordinary. A young knight across the table catches your eye and raises his goblet in a small, quiet toast. You raise yours back. Nobody here knows your name. Nobody needs to. Later, you find a balcony overlooking the valley below, torches flickering in the village, stars above thicker than you've ever seen them, the whole medieval world laid out quietly beneath you. You stand there longer than you mean to, the gold hairpiece still in your hair, the velvet gown still warm, the sound of the lute still drifting up from somewhere inside. This world had no electricity, no internet, no comfort in the modern sense. But standing here, right now, it has something that's surprisingly hard to find back home, a feeling that life is completely, entirely present. So, if you could step into any era of history for just one day, would you choose this one? Or somewhere else entirely? Let me know in the comments. I might just make that video next. And if wondering what if is your favourite thing to do, you're exactly where you belong.